The hurt is really the same question.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we can answer that all at the same.
Okay, so the hurt. Which one we asking right now? The hurt. The cheating.
We can put cheating with the hurt.
The cheating is the hurt.
No, that's two different things.
That's two different
things. Can you be with somebody who's hurt you in the past? Okay. I'm gonna tell people like this. Yes, you can, but you have to look at it from a scenario. What is the hurt? Now, when you say, she said, the person said severely hurt. Mm-hmm. They said hurt first. And
then you severely hurt me, hell.
Okay, wait. So we got hurt and we got severely hurt.
But some of y'all still do it.
Okay. Now let's just be so real with this. Okay, men. And I'm sorry, men have been hurt. And people are like, can't nobody hurt no fucking man. You're a motherfucking lie. We can be hurt. Facts. And then, okay, it was, can you be with a person who's hurt you? And then, can you be with somebody who severely hurt you? Okay, hurt can be, first, one form of hurt, which is the worst hurt ever, is mentally. A person can mentally fuck you. And it makes it worse than physical hurt. But we're going to severely hurt. Now that's physical. Now, let's really break this down. Can you be with that person? Yes. And I'm going to tell you how. Yes, you can, but I'm going to break it down. But I'm going to tell you this at the same time. Should you keep continuing fucking with that person? No. Okay, severely hurt. First of all, let's go off basic hurt. You might have said something to mentally fuck me up as a person. Hey, ugly ass nigga, you're hurt nappy as fuck.
Hurt my feelings.
Hurt my feelings. That's mental. Oh, nigga, your dick small. Oh, nigga, your dick ain't good. We on after hours. I'm good. We gonna break it down. Oh, hey, nigga, you fuck me and I fake like I come. Oh, nigga, I had better dick than you. Oh, you tell a female some shit. Bitch, your pussy ain't good. Bitch, I'm sorry. I done fuck you. But, hold on, no. Bitch, I done had some better pussy than you. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me let it out. Hey, bitch, you suck dick, but when that ass bitch wasn't shit, but the bitch sucked, if the bitch is a fucking a golf ball through a hose pipe, bitch. The bitch can suck the skin off a chicken McNugget. The bitch can suck an M&M, and that bitch be brown all over. Now, we talking about severely hurt. Let's go. Let's break it down. Hey, nigga, you eat pussy like a kid looking at a lollipop, bitch. How many licks do it take to get to the center of the cookie pot? Motherfucker, you don't know. Oh, hold on, nigga. You a man, but I done had a bitch eat pussy better than you. Nigga, your tongue too short. Let's break. We talking about mental hurt right now. Let's keep going. Oh, nigga, you think you did good. I'm sorry. But when you fuck me, I go to sleep, nigga. Let's break it down. Let's keep going. We talking about mental hurt. We talking about mental right now. Let's keep going. Nigga, I'll fuck you and pretend like I'm fucking another nigga. Oh, bitch, when I fuck you, I'm sorry, I should have stayed with my ex, because my ex pussy better than yours. We talking about mental hurt. We talking about mental hurt.
Let them go. We having a therapy session.
Let's keep going, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Nigga, I'm sorry, you did good, but your tongue don't work right. Hold on, wait a minute, nigga. Hold on, let me stop. Nigga, eat my pussy, because your dick ain't good. When you eat my pussy, that's what I'm talking. Nigga be like, hey, bitch, you talking about you on that aggressive shit, but bitch, when I stick my dick down your throat, bitch, this shit don't work. You said, let's break it down. We talking about mental hurt. Let's talk about mental hurt. Let's talk about mental hurt, bitch. You fucked me, but I had to go to another bitch to bust a nut. Nigga, you put your dick in me, but you didn't do it good, so I had to go to the neighbor, because the neighbor hit the spot right. You don't know what the spot is.
No, let me hear the
this mental hurt. This is mental hurt. This is mental hurt. Oh, you know what? I keep coming here, but bitch,
I know, right? I don't know.
I gotta go in the restroom and jack the fuck off after I done fuck you so I can get a nut. Cause I gotta go get a nut. Oh, bitch, you go in the restroom. I know how you in the restroom. Let's talk about mental hurt.
This is getting weird.
Let's talk about this mental hurt. Oh, nigga, you fucked me, but last night I had to go to the restroom, put my legs up on the motherfucking shower, cause when the water go down, they hit the pussy right, but the shower hit the pussy right. Let's go. Let's go mentally. Let's go mentally all the motherfucking way. Motherfucker, I fucked you, act like I was using the restroom, but bitch, I went on there and went on Pornhub, and when I got on Pornhub, it was a bitch on there that made me go right, and bitch, I skeet like I ain't never skeeted before. That's mental hurt. Let's break it down. And I'm gonna tell you like this, everything, 100%. Oh, you want me to keep going?
No.
Let me keep going.
I don't love you.
Motherfucker, I fucked you last night and had to go find a prostitute because this bitch knew how to tongue the balls right. And bitch, I done showed you 5 times how to tongue the ball. Hold on, let's turn around. I had to go to my homeboy house because I don't even like this nigga, but I just like the way he took a twat, motherfucker. But you can't take it like him, so we gonna be friends for life. And you don't like him, then don't fuck with me because I make sure my pussy get ate right. That's mental hurt. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I just gave you 100% of bullshit. Because if all that shit was true, then why am I still fucking with you?
Cause they love.
They like no.
They like what? They like what? Oh, I love that shit. But you don't tell me eat your pussy. But you just told me 5 niggas that can eat your pussy right.
Absolutely.
They love the breakfast.
Don't judge me. Yes. So check this out. At the end of the day,
Let's go.
they love your personality.
They love the person.
They love you being there for them.
But they don't love what you do.
Exactly.
So then if you don't love what I do, why ask me for it?
Because they love you. So they got
Love me bullshit. If you suck my dick wrong, I ain't gonna sit here and be like, bitch, every time you bite my dick, I'm sitting here trying to get you to suck my dick, but bitch, you bite me, you got my dick.
Love for you is what you meant to say.
Got love my ass. They didn't like me.
I love what you do. Wait. Not I love you. I love what you do.
I got people right here, right now. If you had the perfect man in the world, right here, right now, but every time he eats your pussy, he bites your fucking cheek, and that shit hurt, and you gonna be like, hey, I'm sorry. Now I love you. I love what you do for me. Hold on, wait a minute. You don't like what I do for you because when I eat your pussy, why you like what I do for you? I might back it down to the question. Let's bring it back down to the question. One was the question. Because I just broke the damn motherfucker. Then you heard a person. I just heard, look, on my podcast, I just heard about 50. Hold on. Let me say that. I done heard about 50 people right now. I done heard about 50 people right now. Because somebody watching this podcast looking like, damn, he did say that. Damn, she did say that. Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
Ain't nobody ever,
that's hurt.
Listen, ain't nobody ever told me any of that in my life. For some reason, my feelings are hurt right now, bro.
Nigga, hurt. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if you done dealt with a motherfucker who done told you that bullshit, and they keep asking you to do the same thing that they told you wasn't good at, bullshit.
But here to answer.
But if they never ask you to do that shit again, then I'm sorry, they told the truth.
Repeat the question for me real quick.
Can you deal with a person that hurts you?
Hurt you in the past.
It's up to you. That's the only answer is. I'm gonna tell you like somebody told me yesterday. My dad's homie. My dad's day one. Everybody can't handle everything. No, you didn't go too far.
Thank you.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, but you know the people who act like that.
I don't give a damn.
No, that's cool.
I'm sorry.
Don't like cursing.
But
Don't act like you did.
That's cool, but that's what I'm saying. I might not be able to handle what you can handle from a woman. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100. That's fact.
Might not be able to handle what I can handle from a woman. So what it comes down to is personal. It is your personal decision. Might not be advised, but it's up to you. If somebody hurts you and you can find your way through it, and you can find your way to work through it,
then more power to you.
That's up to you. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying to don't do it. That's your personal decision. Because here's the thing, you would be a fool to think that you're going to be in a relationship with somebody and not get hurt because we're all flawed human beings.
There we go.
Nobody's perfect.
That's the name of the game. If you don't want to be hurt, you need to get you a cat or a dog and just stay out the game.
Shit, they hurt you too.
They hurt you too.
Of
You might be sitting there talking about, hey, kid.
Sex doll and, you know, male.
Hell no, because you know how they doing the sex dolls. Nah, on
You
the
ain't
new
gotta worry
sex.
about nobody
Now
else.
look, on the new sex dolls, if you don't reach a certain inch, the bitch don't say, oh.
It just
Yeah, on the new sex doll, if your dick don't reach a certain inch, that bitch don't say, oh.
But it all comes down to
So that sex doll can hurt your feelings too.
Because when you meet somebody and you see
Bro,
they
you think the
flaws,
one that don't do all this?
It costs more.
right? But when you meet somebody and you see they flaws, you have to ask yourself, are these the type of flaws that I could deal with? Because there's going to be flaws, there's going to be disappointments.
But you gotta ask yourself at the same time, do I deserve to deal with this person's flaws?
You're going to deal with somebody's flaws regardless.
True, but I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Right.
But at the same time,
Yes
you gotta
and no.
ask yourself
Yes
this.
and no.
These flaws that I see in this person, should I deal with that? Do I deserve to deal with these flaws? Is these flaws so deep to where it hurts myself? That's why I talk about self-love. If these flaws don't hurt me, and I can better this person to not see those flaws, then we're in a different situation.
You're going to feel some type of hurt, some type of way regardless.
If you're in love with a person.
Of course, if you're in a relationship for long enough, you're going to get hurt, you're going to get disappointed, the whole nine. It's just, what can you tolerate?
What type of hurt is it?
Where is the line?
It's levels to hurt.
Now we
It's
gonna
levels.
talk about the physical
It's
part.
levels.
The physical part. And people got mad at me about my podcast because you know why? Because when I talk about domestic violence,
No, we're not doing
when I
Oh,
talk
they ain't gonna be, that's a no-go for shit.
No.
I'm
When I talk about domestic
I'll get
violence,
my brother in to beat your ass, and you gonna know for sure it's dead. Nigga, you're not
But
gonna
you
put
gotta
your hand
understand
on me
this, man.
and think I'm gonna fuck with you. Nigga, nah.
Cause that
Okay.
means you put your hand on my feet and I'm telling you that I will kill you.
okay, but you gotta understand this. When I did my domestic violence podcast, a lot of people was mad at me because I was in the pimp game for a point of time, and even outside of the pimp game. I met females that was like, hit me to let me know if you give a fuck.
That's how some women are.
And I cut them off. But a lot of my homeboys was like, just knock that bitch out.
But see, when you
So then, hold on, wait.
When you
When I-
feel
no.
they feel like you supposed to do that, bitch, you supposed to keep me in line.
The only way to keep
but
me
you
in
gotta
line is
understand
to
this.
get me.
You gotta listen to what I'm saying.
Are we on topic?
I was talking about we still on topic. Hurt.
I just don't know nothing
We
about
talking
it.
about mental hurt, now we talking about
Oh,
physical
physical
hurt.
hurt.
That's your thing.
Now you gotta tell me, you gotta put it like this. I got in a relationship with females talking to, I ain't gonna say a relationship because it wasn't established, with certain females where they was like, oh, I care about you, Pack, this, everything cool. And then they'll turn around and be like, oh, you soft. Soft because I ain't call you a bitch or a hoe. Like, nah, you soft as fuck, my nigga. I'm not your nigga, bitch, so don't ever call me that. Pop!
It just depends on.
Hold on, no, you didn't hear.
I heard what you said.
No.
Some people
Straight,
do that.
no, listen to me. Pop! And I'm sitting there like,
You just
hold on. First of all, no. I didn't hit the bitch. The bitch hit me.
Okay, she one of them bold violent bitch. She
Wait.
That's
So I'm like, hold on, wait.
You don't have to be
You gotta understand,
You
I'm
have to
driving.
be loving.
I'm driving, literally driving. Pop! Oh yeah, this is what I did. Pull the motherfucker over. Bitch, are you serious?
Well, once
Pop!
I put their hands
Hold on, wait. Pop! Turn around. Oh. Boop! Out the car. Wait a minute. Run around to the other side of the car. Exactly. Run around out the side of the car. Come now, I'm trying to drive out, bitch. You finna find you a ride home. Hold on, but wait. Hold up. Done jump in the car. Beep. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Finally struck back. Probation.
It's midnight. I'm holding y'all, man.
So you should have called the motherfucking people and told them that the bitch hit her.
I didn't because somebody saw the bitch hit me and I still went to jail. So.
It's just alright.
Yes. Oh, you know you lied. You said I love you.
I did not say that.
No,
Look, she's like,
that's not what he said. Yes, he did.
yeah, he did. He
Said
did.
love. I ain't drunk. I'm all in.
Alright,
Non-drunk.
Hey, at the end of the day, it just comes down
Did
to
he
your
say love you or love you
No,
both?
he did not. He said he didn't say neither one.
Okay, well, y'all keep playing games. But anyways,
It just
a
comes down to your personal.
Okay.
It just comes down to your personal. It's your personal decision of what you're gonna deal with.
I'm gonna put it like this. I've been the abuser and I've been abused.
Keep it real.
Just based off of, you're gonna have to scoot over this way a little bit. Because Jimmy off the camera. You
Go
have to
ahead,
scoot
Joe.
over.
You get Wayne over there.
He have to come on breakfast because he has to.
Okay.
Being bad.
But I'm gonna tell you, as being the abuser, should you stick with a person who's doing that type of shit? No. Because and you gotta scoot over this way.
I'll be right back.
We taking an intermission. Right.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. When I was an abuser, did I change? Did I stop? Did I stop being the abuser? No. So when they came back on me, I never complained about it because I had been an abuser before. But at the same time, I had to realize when I got to a point in my life, when I stopped being an abuser, it wasn't because of the person I was dealing with. I just did it for myself because I didn't want to be no nigga who's beating up no female. Right? But at the same time, that's my own changing. And people always be like, the abuser is going to change because they care about me or because they love me or because they just want to change from being the abuser. I'm going to tell you, because I've been abused through experience, bullshit. Because if I'm naturally doing something that I think is right, if I'm naturally doing something that I think is right, I'm not going to change because naturally I think it's right. But then when I get out of that scenario, that situation, I'm going to change for myself to be a present person for myself. I'm not going to change for you. And a lot of women and a lot of men be like, she'll change because she care about me, or he'll change because he felt bad. When we do that shit, because I've been the abuser, we don't change. We don't. It's like human nature to us. It's something I learned growing up.
Y'all
Not from my
change, but
family.
it depends on who the person is.
Yep, because
I mess with
if you that person, that I'm beating the shit out of, then you just that person.
Yeah.
And I learned that.
I mess with a nigga that be beating the shit out of me. You cannot call that nigga a bitch.
So at the same time, you know,
already told me before shit. Yeah, I like
when it comes to
I'm not gonna
abuse,
put my hand on you.
what people have to understand is
And
when
I
it
ain't never
comes
got
to,
hit. Nigga never put his hands on me.
when it comes to abuse, you got to think about it like this. I always tell people don't change for you, they change for themselves. So, if I'm in that situation, say I'm in that scenario, and I am the abuser, if I do change, don't think I change for you, I change for myself. But at the same time, if every female you know that I fuck with be like, hey, this is a nigga that'll knock a bitch out, then that's just who the fuck I am. So when it comes to that whole hurt, because we was talking about being hurt, I'm talking about mentally and I'm talking about physically. My best advice to the person is who's going through that situation is, you experienced it with this person, leave them alone. Because it's going to take time for that person to change, and when they do change, like I did, it's not going to be for you. It's going to be for myself. So if
you ain't change to sit up and mess with that same goddamn person.
Yeah,
you ain't thinking about messing with that person on it.
You got to think about this. Let's break it down to a scenario, to a person you don't give a fuck about. Because for a man to hit a woman, he got to somewhat not care about her. Or it got to be something that he's emotionally weak on that pushed him to that point. And you don't want no emotionally weak man anyways, because a man is not supposed to be living his life based off of emotions anyways. That's a woman's trait. A man is not supposed to have them type of emotion. That's a woman's trait. It's just like about a man is not. I am a human, but I'm a man. No. You read your Bible.
Emotional.
Men are not supposed to be. If a man, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you have a son right now and he's very emotional, do not be surprised when he becomes gay. No, even if he's that emotional, you beat his ass and he becomes even more emotional. Don't be surprised. Men, we have I guess you can say 10% emotion, but we have logic. We're
Yeah,
supposed to be
we're supposed to
stronger.
have some type of emotion.
How can we be dominant if we can't even dominate our fucking feelings to respect you as a woman? You see what I'm saying?
You still supposed to have some type of emotion. I ain't saying that.
No, I ain't saying we're not supposed to have no emotion.
No, you're not supposed to let it override you.
Okay, but we're not supposed to have as much emotions as y'all do.
Facts, but
Okay,
some
but
people
if I,
take it to the point where they let
I'ma
that
break
shit
it down.
override them.
No. Don't say y'all. Don't say
Yeah,
y'all.
some type of emotion. You got to.
When you
just
say
let it
y'all,
override.
that's like me saying that every woman is a hoe. So when I say every woman is a hoe, I just say y'all hoes. You can't say that. Because as a man, you're supposed to know how to self-discipline yourself.
Okay, well, let me say
You have 10% of,
something.
a man have 10% emotion. A woman has 90%. So if I got more emotions than you, if you was your ass whooped tonight and I see her cry, I be like, baby, something wrong. You gotta push that shit out. So that's why I said, when you dealing with a grown man and you dealing with a grown child, a motherfucker can be 70 years old and still have a mindset of a fucking child.
Yeah.
And your son can have more mentality and more self-control of himself than the man you dating. Then that's when you need to look in your head and be like, how you so fucking emotional? My son don't even cry like you. Nigga, you more of a bitch. I'm sorry. Let's be blunt. So he's supposed to control that. You know what I'm saying?
But
And if he
that's
can't-
not saying you can have no emotions.
No, I ain't saying he has no emotion. I just said 10%. He don't have as much as y'all be. Y'all emotional creatures. That's why y'all can tolerate shit with kids that men cannot fucking tolerate. Y'all have the patience. Y'all have the emotions. Y'all have the connections. Leave a man with his son all day. See how long before he fucking call you. Now leave your child with his mama all day and see how many times she call you. She probably ain't gonna call you at all unless he did some stupid shit and she like, come get this little stupid motherfucker. Now you sit there. Now you see that's the emotional thing. But when they hit logic before we hit logic. So when they hit logic, they're only gonna call you on something serious. We might call you on some dumb shit. Girl, how the fuck you put the bottle and the formula in this shit? And y'all gonna laugh like, nigga, really? Scoops the fork.
I got it. All right.
So, if somebody hurt you, I'm gonna break it down like this.
Hold on, because we finna answer this from Troy Cook. Look at here, sir. I don't care what you grew up with. That's people's problem. Y'all be status. Can you fault someone if that's what they grew up seeing? Some men were never taught or seen how to treat a woman. I don't care. That's not how y'all said word about what you grew up in. Man, not all women be with men to
can you fault someone if that's what they grew up seeing? Some men were never taught to see how to treat a woman.
And that's something what you supposed to learn that on your own. You grow up and you a grown ass man or a grown ass woman. That's something you supposed to learn. I'm not going off on him. I ain't going off on him. But that's something where you supposed to you can't keep on worried about how you grew up and blah, 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 blah. At some point, how you grew up.
Y'all feel what y'all think? Come on, Jimmy.
No, I ain't said that how you get it. See, I think he said it. But yeah, I'm not saying that about you. I'm saying.
Go ahead. Y'all feel what y'all think? Go ahead. Go ahead. Hold on. You got it.
Yeah, hold that.
I was going to say that's just like the last time when I said a lot of people look at it because this is what I was taught, this is what I seen when I was growing up, or this is how my daddy treated my mama, or this is what I seen my mama go through. People take that because they feel like, oh, this is all I seen. But just because that's all you seen don't mean that that's right. So if it made you feel some type of way when you were seeing it as a child, then that's more of the reason to be better, be different, because you don't want to make somebody else feel that same feeling
The way that you felt, because you felt that feeling
when
you
you
seen it
experienced it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean
It didn't just happen to your parent, it happened to you too.
Exactly.
But you can grow from that. Stop being stuck on thinking that, because I seen this, I'm supposed to be that way. No, you're not supposed to be that way. You're grown. You can think for yourself. That's where it comes to the point where you're still being a child. You're a grown woman in a child's body, and a grown man in a child's body. And you seen the
Okay, Troy.
Think for yourself.
No, he ain't wrong. I'm gonna answer your question, Troy. The first time I ever seen a man hit a woman, And Troy, I hope you listening. I saw a pimp. This bitch came outside. I was staying in some apartments. He came outside. He was beating the shit out of this woman, right? Me and my homeboys, hold up. Me and my homeboys jumped on this pimp. We didn't know he was a pimp. We just thought every time we seen them, they was copacetic. It was like a full-blown relationship. You hear me, Troy? Full-blown relationship. And one day, we come outside, we chilling, we smoking a blunt, we kicking back, you know what I'm saying? And this full-blown perfect relationship is what we were seeing. This dude came outside and he was beating the shit out of this woman. I'm talking about he was beating this woman so bad that we was like, fuck it. We jumped on the nigga. We snatched the woman from up under the nigga. We ran, started beating his ass. You know what happened to us? What the fuck? Who? Oh, his homeboy's coming. No, this bitch started fighting us, and we was beating this nigga's ass for fucking jumping on her. And it fucked me up. At the time I was only 16. It fucked me up because we beating this nigga's ass, and this woman done jumped in to the point where she done took a baseball bat to two of my homeboys' heads. And we sitting there like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, we trying to fucking help you. Like, really? Like, bitch, really? Like, come on now. Two of my homeboys went to the hospital with concussions to where they couldn't even play football no more because they was fucked up. One of them is mentally retarded to this day. Mentally retarded for trying to help her while this dude was beating the shit out of her. And we sitting there like, if that was my mama, that's why we jumped in. If that was some nigga doing this to my mama or my child or whatever, this is what we was doing. I got a mentally retarded homeboy for us jumping in trying to help a situation of a woman getting her ass beat the fuck out of. But we didn't even know because they played it so smooth that this was her pimp. You see what I'm saying? So when I grew up, it fucked me up mentally. But at the same time, like my cousin was saying, you can't live off of everybody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know the scenario or the situation. It's always three stories in life. It's his side, her side, and the truth. You gotta become your own man. Now, I didn't say the time that I seen that I became my own man. Like you said, that's what I seen. Over the years, even after I saw that situation and people who wasn't in the pimping whole relationship, I was seeing the same shit. The man was beating the shit out of the woman. She talked back, he beat her ass. She do some stupid shit, he do some shit. And there's always that one nigga, that one good nigga in her ear telling him, leave this nigga alone, stop fucking with him. But that's what she fuck with. Now, you going off of what you know, and I know, as we seen growing up, and that woman's going off of what she know and what she seen. Because that woman that actually jumped in the situation and tried to defuse it by fighting us, that's what she knew growing up. That's what she saw, you know, her daddy do to her mama or whatever. But you got to take a step back and say, hey, this is what I see, but do I want to be that fucking person? Do I want to be the person that every time my girl talk shit, I whoop her ass? Or do I want to be that person that every time she get out of line, I slap the shit out of this bitch? But you got to understand this, and I tell everybody this. That woman you love, that you beating ass and you putting your hands on, but you'll turn around, and if that was your daddy or that was your mama's boyfriend, you be ready to beat his ass. He'd be a bitch ass nigga, he'd be a fuck nigga, he'd be all that. So why be who he is instead of be better than who he is? And when you come across them type of females, leave them the fuck alone, because that's going to be the outcome. You know, you can't base your life off of, okay, let me rephrase that. You can kind of sort of base your life off of what you've seen, but you got to be wise enough to know that this is not who I am and this is not what I want. And if you keep coming across them type of women, you got to cut them women off. Because you're going to be like me, a nigga on probation for hitting a bitch that you didn't even want to hit. And she got with another nigga that's beating her ass. This nigga actually took a fucking, you know, when we went to school and they had the little punching, you punch the little holes. This bitch when I went to jail, got out of jail, went back to where she was from, and the nigga beat her ass and took the little shit, stuck it in her cheek, and punched a hole in it, and she's still with this nigga. She has a child by this nigga. So, it's telling you, when I was in jail, I was like, what's so fucked up about me? I'm not that type of person. Them is just the type of niggas some bitches like. And you don't want them type of bitches. And I'm saying bitches because them are not women. Because as a woman, you just heard two women talk to you. They're gonna, I seen this, I seen that ain't for me, that ain't for me, this ain't for me. Let me shape my life the way I want it to be. So as a man, you gotta look at what's not for you, what's not for you. Oh, she fine as fuck. Oh, she sexy as fuck. But I gotta knock this bitch out every night. Why the fuck I wanna be with her? Oh, she's sexy as hell, but she'll fuck any nigga who come across the clip. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go, Troy. Go ahead, Jim.
Shit, all in all, what everybody was trying to say is, when it comes to that is, at some certain point in time, I wouldn't even say a man thing, but we men, so, but even with a woman, at some certain point in time, you have to take responsibility for your own life. You know what I'm saying? And just say it doesn't matter what I seen. When I grew up, right is right, wrong is wrong. You have to get rid of the excuses. I feel like when I was in my 20s, I had every excuse in the world, man. My daddy wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm crazy. That's why I'm so loud. You know, I didn't have that fatherly instruction when I grew up.
Keep going.
Hold on real quick. I told my own dad, man, when we started, you know, we only started rekindling our relationship like 4 years ago, and I told him, the reason why I can rekindle my relationship with you, even though that you weren't in my childhood, and I see how it messed me up, is because I'm at an age in my life where it doesn't matter what you did.
Thank you.
I'm a full-grown adult, and I'm responsible for my conduct and how I carry myself in this life, you know? So that's why I can forgive you, because it no longer matters. I have to take responsibility for who I am and what I'm doing. So the thing about it is, yeah, you're going to gravitate towards what you see. I fault no human for that, because that's how we are as humans. We gravitate towards what we've seen. That's why in the Bible it says, teach a child in the way it should go. But if that child isn't given instruction, then it's going to lead to destruction. But at the same time, you can't use that as an excuse forever. This is what I've seen. You have to make that conscientious decision to say that, hey, I grew up the wrong way. I was shown the wrong stuff. But I'm at the point in age in my life where I have to take responsibility.
For myself.
Every man has to take
For
responsibility.
yourself.
Every woman has to take responsibility for themselves to say that, hey, whatever trauma and stuff, it's therapists out there, it's counselors out there. Thing about it is, we in a day and age where you don't have to pay for counseling. You go to YouTube and you put in your situation and what you're in. Why do I keep cheating? Why do I hit women? Why do I feel like that? Why do I feel like that? You're gonna find some type of therapist who's giving out free information. Even if it's not on YouTube, you can find an article. To be honest, the growth that I've seen in my life, should I have got a psychiatrist or a therapist? Yeah, maybe. I mean, not even maybe, just yeah. The knowledge that I received, but the knowledge that I received on my own issues, I just read articles online. I just put in what my issue was. An article came up, I read it, and I saw what was going on in my own brain and my own chemical biology. You know what I'm saying? And I found the answers. But at the same time, you're not gonna find progress until you start giving up the excuses, finding what's going on in your head, what's going on in your chemical makeup, and putting progress towards it. So we all suffer from what we've seen. We have to take responsibility at some point.
You're not gonna find progress. You're not gonna find progress with sympathy. I mean, if you beating yourself up and blaming yourself, you're not gonna find progress. I was talking to Angel the other day, and Angel said you can be the most creative person in the world, but if you're not being productive with your creativity, then you ain't shit. And I really had to think about what she said. I sit there and I thought about that. I said, damn, Angel done told me some good shit, but that was like one of the most deepest, realest shit she ever told me. So when I actually got past the whole how it's supposed to be, domestic violence, back and forth and all that, I went to a BIP class. Probation made me take a class called BIP, and it's called domestic violence. And they broke down how men try to get control over women, but they made it biased. How women try to get control over men with emotions, financially, and different types of shit. Because the person that you care about, that's your biggest enemy. That person that you care about, that you love, or you can be in love with, can be your best friend, your soulmate, or that can be your biggest fucking enemy. Because you're going to tell them everything. And they're going to use that shit against you. And when they use it against you, it's for you to be strong enough to know how. The problem with a lot of black men and black women in the world is, when they hear counseling, you know, what is it? Counseling? What's the other one? Therapy. There we go. Oh, I got a mental problem. Something fucked up with me. Okay. If you feel that way, then you're already wrong. You just need a better role model. Growing up, you didn't have that role model. You didn't have that person that should have been there to show you that this is right and this is wrong. Even though in your mind you know this is right and you wrong, we live in a society in this time and now where you gotta fit in. People scared to be alone. And that's like I tell anybody, I told Mimi, and I'm telling you tonight, Jimmy, loneliness is my best friend. Because when I'm lonely and I'm by myself, who can betray me? Who can talk shit about me? Who can dog me? Who can make me feel like shit besides my motherfucking self? So when I make loneliness my best friend, then do I really have a image, a physical best friend? No, my best friend is me. That's how I get self-love. So when you shoot your shots and say whatever you want to say to me to make me feel like shit, you can't hurt me. Because the only person that can hurt me is self. And the only person that can hurt you is the person that you allow to hurt you.
Pass the collection.
So let's put it like this. If I'm in love right now, and I'm in love with this person, and I'm allowing them to hurt me, first of all, to be in love with a person, you have to love yourself first. Let me repeat that, because people don't understand this. To be in love with a person, you have to be in love with yourself first. Because even though you're giving this person all of you, you've been vulnerable, you've been weak, you've breaking it down. You have to love yourself first. So when that person decides to take shots at you, how can they hurt you when you your number one person from the motherfucking start? I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of seeing my friends go through bullshit and families be broken down off of bullshit because they done told somebody something and this person got mad at you and turned around and threw it at you to make you feel like you ain't shit. Make yourself your best friend and teach your kids to be their own fucking best friend. I've always been a person who can stand out in the crowd, who can bring people together, who would never probably even fucking talk to each other if they seen themselves on the fucking streets. Like, bitch, I don't know you. I'm my own best friend. I'm my own lover. I am in love with myself. And when somebody can love me like I love my motherfucking self, they can never hurt me. They can never hurt me.
That mean they gonna marry you because they want you.
Thank you. But they gonna say, hey, I'm in love with you just like I'm in love with me. And you in love with me just like you in love with your fucking self. So how can they hurt me? Because love is not hurt. Love is not, like in the Bible, it's not envy. It's not who did this and who didn't do that. I don't give a fuck if I don't give a fuck if I got 50 cents to my name, motherfucker. If you need it, I'm gonna give it to you because at the end of the day, I still got you. If I ain't got shit in the motherfucking world, I still have you.
Yep.
But even if I don't have you, I love myself so much to the point is, even if I don't fucking have you, I still got me, and I ain't broken, I ain't lost, I ain't confused, I ain't none of that. I'm still me. And if you dealing with a person who can hurt you multiple times, leave them the fuck alone. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Leave them. I'm asking you a question because you asked me this. Leave them the fuck alone.
We just gonna tie this back in.
Now, when you trying to sit here and you asking, can you deal with a person who hurt you multiple times? If you love yourself, hell yeah, you can. Because you know why? Because they can't hurt you. But if they can't hurt you, you're dealing with the wrong fucking person. Move the fuck around. Because you done gave this person so much power, so much part of you to where you don't even know who the fuck you are. And I'm sorry. No, I ain't sorry. Because I call my podcast what it is. Truth and facts over feelings. I don't give a fuck. If you dealing with a person who can hurt you more than you can hurt yourself, leave that motherfucker alone because they know it and they gonna feed off that shit. And if they really fucking love you, they would not feed off that shit. If I can love you, then I can motivate you. If I can love you, then I can build you. If I can love you, then I can grow you. But at the same time, while I'm trying to go, you might be able to do something. Hold on. You might be able to do something I can't motherfucking do. So I'm going to push you to keep moving. And I hope that you do the same for me. But if not, I'm still going to love myself enough to keep pushing me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then when you come back, and be like, hey, I fucked up. Preach. I fucked up. I'm going to tell you like this. She said, can you trust them?
We ain't know that one yet.
That's the question. Can you trust someone that hurt you?